Hello there, once again. Welcome to Stories Shorten the Road. This is the number 8 in the stories series, and there's more to come. If you haven't listened to some of the other stories, you can always find them on my website or on YouTube. Well, okay, this story comes from a place at the edge of the sea. Probably, I'm thinking, the east coast of Canada somewhere. A man and his wife lived there, and they earned their living because the man went out every day fishing. He had a boat, he had a truck. Well, the boat wasn't very big, but it was just the two of them to feed anyways. And every day he went out fishing. And I have to tell you, they lived in the smallest house you could possibly imagine. It was so small, there was only one window and one door. And you had to put the bed away in order to have the table there to have meals. And then they had to put the table away, folded it up, in order to have the bed brought down and so they could go to sleep. And every day, morning, noon, and night, they had fish. Stuffed fish, roasted fish, boiled fish, fried fish, barbecued fish, fish stew. Anything you could possibly think of that had fish in it. That's what they ate every meal. Now, when our story begins, the fisherman had been out in his boat all day, and it hadn't been a very good day. In fact, all he had caught was one large mackerel. But he went back into shore, docked his boat, got out, put the fish on the dock, ready to deal with it, when all of a sudden, the fish spoke to him. "Oh, don't kill me. I'm a special fish." "Special," said the fisherman. "Well, you're the ugliest fish I've ever seen, if that makes you special." No. I'm a magic fish. If you throw me back in the water, I will grant you a wish. Surely there's something that you could wish for that you would like to have?" Oh, well, the fisherman thought. Well, he seemed to have everything he needed, a place to stay, he had companionship, he had a wife, he had a boat, he had a truck. Most of the time he caught enough fish. He couldn't think of a single thing he wanted. Maybe that's how you would be too if somebody out of the blue said, "Make a wish." "Very well," said the fish. "But when you decide, and I know you will, you come back and you call out, 'Fish of the sea, fish of the sea, come listen to me,' and I will come and grant your wish." And so the fisherman threw the mackerel back into the ocean. And, well, he went home with his one mackerel. No, not even with his one mackerel. He'd thrown him back in the ocean. He went home empty-handed. That's what he did. His wife was waiting at the door like this. "What's the matter, sweetheart? Has something happened? Why are you so unhappy?" "Oh," she said, "don't you ever in your life wish that we could have something different for supper than fish? I've run out of ideas with what to do with the fish that you bring home. Just for once in my life for supper, I'd like something different. Like, what do you think she would like to have? Pizza? Roast chicken? Steak? Lasagna?" She thought about it and she said, "I would like lasagna and Greek salad and tiramisu for dessert." Well, the husband had never heard of most of these things, but he said, "Well, actually, I think I could go and wish for that." "Wish? What do you mean wish?" said his wife. "Well, you see, sweetheart, I only caught one fish today, a great big ugly mackerel, and I was just about to do it in and bring it home when it spoke to me, and it said it was a magic fish and it would grant me anything that I wanted, and I just couldn't think of a thing right there and then." All right then, said his wife, go back now and ask the fish for that nice supper that I've just thought of. And he did. And he went down to the dock. Fish of the sea, come listen to me. And sure enough, up swam the fish. Yes, have you decided what you want? Well, yes, it's actually my wife. She's kind of tired of eating fish for every meal. She would like lasagna and Greek salad and tiramisu for dessert. Well, being a magic fish, the fish knew all about that, and he said, go home, it's on the table now. And he did go home, and his wife was there, and oh my, she was happy. The lasagna there, oh, it smelled delicious. And the Greek salad with olives and tomatoes and cucumbers, and the tiramisu for dessert. They ate as much as they wanted, and they had leftovers for several days. Oh, his wife was so happy, and so was the fisherman. And then a few weeks went by, and life went on. And this time when he came home from his day's fishing, his wife was standing at the door like this again. Sweetheart, what's the matter? Whatever's the matter? Have you forgotten? We're going to the neighbors tonight for the party. We're going to be playing cards. Oh, yes. No, I haven't forgotten. Well, she said, I've only got this dress to wear and my boots. Just for once in my life, I would love to have something gorgeous to put on to go and visit the neighbors. A long dress that went right down to my ankles, made of, oh, what do you think? What could it be made out of? Silk that shimmered when I moved, and a scarf to match, and sandals. I guess I'd have to wash my feet and clean my toenails and everything, but that's worth it. Go and ask the fish. Okay, said the husband, but he wasn't too sure he should ask for a second thing, but off he went, back in the boat, or rather back in the truck, down to the boat, down to the dock. He stood there. Fish of the sea, come listen to me. And the fish swam up. But the husband noticed that the day had turned a little sour. It was overcast and not very pleasant. Yes, what do you want now? Said the fish. Well, it's my wife. She would like something new to wear to the party tonight. A dress of silk that reached her ankles and fancy sandals, and a scarf to match the dress that she can put round her throat. Go home, said the fish. She is wearing that now. At home he went, and he hardly recognized his wife. She looked so beautiful in her lovely silk dress and scarf and her sandals. I guess he'd forgotten how he married her and why and how beautiful she was. And he was happy for her. And they went to the neighbors and they had a really good time playing cards. And she seemed happy. Well, then a few weeks later, the wife was standing there at the door again like this when her husband came home from his day's fishing. Yes, sweetheart, what is it now? Oh, she said, don't you ever get tired of living in a house that's so small? There's only one bed and it has to be put away in order for us to have the table out to eat, and we have to put the table away to get the bed down, and there's no bathroom, there's an outdoor biffy, and it only has one window and one door. Why, I would give anything if I could live in, where would she like to live? A mansion. Sometimes when I tell this story, someone calls out a castle, but let's go with a mansion today. A mansion with 100 windows and more than one door. Go and ask the fish. And the husband got in his truck and drove back down to the seaside and stood on the dock, and he called out, fish of the sea, come listen to me. And the fish swam up but the water was really choppy and it was dark. The sun was gone. The weather was changing for the worse. "Yes, what do you want now?" said the fish. "Well, we live in a tiny, tiny little house, and I don't blame my wife. She actually there all day. I'm out in the boat fishing, but she would really like to live in a mansion with so big that it had 100 windows and more than one door." "Go home, she is there now," said the fish. The husband got home as fast as he could, and there was this glorious mansion with 100 windows and 3 doors. In fact, it took him a long time to find his wife. Their house was so large. And finally he thought, "Oh, things are going to be just fine now. She has that new dress. We had that lovely meal of lasagna. And now she has a mansion. What could be better?" And so every day he went out in his boat fishing. But a little while later he came home, and his wife was standing at one of the doors of the mansion with her hands like this on her hips, looking around and not looking very happy. "Yes, sweetheart, what is it? Is something the matter? Is it the indoor plumbing is gone? Does the stove not work?" "No, nothing like that," she said. "Nothing like that. But husband, I'm actually exhausted trying to clean this mansion. It has so many rooms. Plus, we have no curtains. We have no rugs for the floor. We don't even really have enough furniture. And of course, it would be nice to have some cleaning help that I could hire to come in every day. What I really need in order to really live here in this mansion is a chest full of money, because you're not really making very much fishing, are you?" And the husband did agree that he wasn't. "Go and ask the fish for a chest of money." "All right, I will," but he wasn't very happy about doing that. Down he went in the truck to the dock, stood on the dock and called out, "Fish of the sea, come listen to me." And the fish swam up, and there was thunder and there was lightning, and it was as dark as night in the water, and the fish growled at him, "What do you want now?" "Well, it's hard for my wife to look after that big mansion all by herself. She needs to hire some help, and we don't have any curtains on the windows or rugs on the floors, and we don't have enough money to buy that. So she would actually like just a chest full of money so that she could do all these things." "You want too much," said the fish. "Go home. It's all gone. But because you didn't kill me and you threw me back into the sea, I'm going to leave you with one gift that will last you your whole life." "And what's that?" said the fisherman. "I'm leaving you the gift of contentment." Contentment. Well, the fisherman wasn't too anxious to go home, because you know what he'd find? Little tiny house with one door and one window. And that was it. And his wife. But he had nowhere else to go. And so finally he made it home. And the sun was just setting, and it was actually beautiful on the sea. And there was his wife waiting at the door, but not like this, like this. "Husband, I'm so happy to see you. Come, let's look at the sunset together. It's so beautiful on the sea. Aren't we lucky? We have each other, and we have a place to live, and we have food to eat every day, and you have the boat and the truck. Aren't we just so lucky? I'm just so happy. There's nothing else I really need in the world." And the fisherman could only agree. And my hope for you, after you've heard this story, is that you were able to look around where you live and see all the things that could make you content and all the things which you could be grateful for. And maybe there isn't anything else right now that you would wish for. And I'll see you next time.